It was hard. It was very difficult. I think winning the first one helped me a lot today on the back nine. I had some feeling of calmness come through, and it was very helpful on what has been one of the hardest back nines I've ever played in a tournament. So it's it's a dream come true to win 2 majors in 1 year. It took me forever just to win one, and to have 2 now is something else. I felt like I limited the mistakes pretty well. There was one really, lucky to only have one really hard round in sort of the wind and rain, and I managed that day better than I ever thought I could, to be honest. And I felt like I just controlled a lot of what I was trying to do, and the moments where I was losing control, I sort of, if I hit it offline and into the fescue, I wasn't too worried about it, because it's links golf. It's just how you play golf out here. As long as you avoid those coffin bunkers, you can move that ball forward and get yourself back in the hole. So I think the style of golf maybe helped me mentally play this week. The style of golf you can play out here, you don't have to be perfect or, hit the prettiest drives or anything, as long as you're moving the ball forward and dodging bunkers and keeping holes in front of you and making sure your chips are into the wind and all the stuff that us pros talk about. It's easy to talk about. It's harder to actually do when you're out there. And I think Austin and I did a pretty good job of plotting around this difficult property. I'm not sure. I think a long time ago, I just kept tracking my rounds where I got angry and like truly deep down angry, and my mistakes started compounding, and I really can't tell you. I get angry, but to me it's all about the next shot. I know it's cliche, and people try to talk about it, but you really can make yourself happy if you try and hit a good shot as your next one versus just snowballing the wrong way. So I really, easier said than done, of course. But I mean, I've never broken a club, but I've gotten pretty pissed off on property. You can probably ask Austin. He's like an elephant. He keeps track of all these things in his mind. Everyone in my family knows how competitive I am. I may not be the guy running around fist pumping, but that's just who I am. I kind of know how I need to be to perform at a high level. And it's the same way I don't get really angry, I also don't let myself get too over the moon, just because to me it's the same thing. If I'm sitting there snapping a club, that'd be the same thing as me running around fist pumping. It would take too long for me to adjust before my next shot to hit a good one. So I've kind of embraced this sort of SoCal laid-back kid, but there's obviously a fire burning deep within, where you wouldn't have a couple majors sitting by your side. I mean, if you look hard enough, you can always find it, but it's just something, when you're feeling like you need an extra kick in the butt, there's several easy ways to motivate yourself. So, there's still a lot of things that I like to do in my career, and this is a very big leap towards that, and the fire's still burning, maybe brighter than ever.
Players that have won 2 majors in a season recently, like the last decade, like Rory and Jordan and Brooks, they're largely regarded as the best players of this generation. Would you say now that you've sort of cemented yourself as one of the best of this generation?
I don't really think that way, I guess. I think the guys in the States sort of know how these pressures go. I pretty much, that's your guys' job to speculate and do those things, and I'm just trying to win as many of these things as I can and play the best golf as I can and be a decent guy. So I'll let you you ponder that one.